Have you ever stood at a crossroads in life, feeling your body isn't as strong as it once was? Your home, once filled with laughter and life, now feels too big, too empty. You might wonder, what happens next? Society often whispers a simple answer. When you can't fully care for yourself, it's time to pack up your memories and move to a nursing home. But is that truly your only path? I'm from ElderlyWisdom, and today we're embarking on a journey to uncover the truth about nursing homes, their hidden costs, the emotional toll of leaving your home, and the transformative power of aging in place. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment, giving you the tools to shape your golden years with dignity and joy. From Florida's vibrant retirement communities to Illinois' cozy neighborhoods, countless seniors face this decision, and we're here to show you there's more than one road to take. Keep watching until the end, because the choices you make deserve more than a quick fix. By the end, you'll discover practical, science-backed alternatives that could redefine how you live. Before we dive in, I'd love your support to keep spreading these lessons. If this resonates, comment 1 below. If it misses the mark, comment 0, so I can improve. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell to join our ElderlyWisdom community, inspiring thousands from Arizona to Ohio. Share your city in the comments, Texas, California, or beyond. And let's start this journey together, ensuring your future reflects the life you built. Part 1. The reality of nursing homes. When you think of a nursing home, what comes to mind? Perhaps it's the glossy brochures with smiling seniors, or the warm promises of caring staff who assure you of safety, comfort, and a dignified life. These facilities paint a picture of compassion, a place where your needs are met with professionalism, where your golden years can unfold with ease. But behind those polished images and soothing words lies a far less comforting reality. Nursing homes at their core are businesses driven by the need to balance budgets, manage staffing, and maintain operational efficiency. Too often, the heart of their mission, genuine individualized care, gets pushed aside in the face of these practical demands. A 2021 study from the Journal of Gerontological Nursing revealed a stark truth. 60% of U.S. nursing homes suffer from chronic understaffing. Imagine one caregiver, no matter how compassionate, being responsible for 10 to 20 residents during a single shift. Each resident has their own unique medical needs, emotional struggles, and daily requirements, whether it's help with mobility, managing medications, or simply a moment of human connection. The math simply doesn't add up. Even the most dedicated caregivers, stretched to their limits, struggle to provide the personalized attention promised in those glossy brochures. This isn't about a lack of heart. It's about a system that often prioritizes efficiency over empathy. Let's meet Clara, an 80-year-old from Chicago, whose story brings this reality into focus. After a fall left her unsteady, Clara moved to a nursing home, expecting the round-the-clock care she'd been promised. She envisioned attentive staff, timely help, and a sense of security. But the reality hit hard. Medications arrived late, sometimes hours after they were due. When Clara pressed her call button for assistance, whether for help to the bathroom or relief from discomfort, she often waited in silence, the minutes stretching into hours. Personal care, like bathing or grooming, was rushed or skipped entirely. Clara spent long, lonely hours in her room, her needs ignored, her voice unheard. This wasn't due to malice or neglect from uncaring staff, but because the caregivers were overwhelmed, juggling too many residents with too little time. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Public Health backs this up. 45% of nursing home residents report feelings of neglect directly tied to understaffing. Picture yourself lying in bed, thirsty for a glass of water or needing help to move, only to realize no one's coming. It's a far cry from the comforting promises of those brochures. The loss of autonomy cuts even deeper, often leaving wounds that are harder to see, but just as painful. Nursing homes operate on rigid schedules to keep the facility running smoothly. Breakfast is served promptly at 7:30 a.m., whether you're hungry or prefer to sleep in. Bathing happens when an aide schedule allows, not when you feel ready. Medications are dispensed when the cart rolls by, and bedtime arrives when the lights go out. regardless of your personal habits or rhythms. The life you once knew, choosing what to cook for dinner, savoring a quiet coffee on your porch, or staying up late with a good book, disappears. A 2022 study from the Journal of Aging Studies found that 70% of nursing home residents feel their preferences are secondary to the institution's routines. Many describe their experience not as care, but as confinement. For Clara, this loss of choice was more than an inconvenience. It felt like losing a piece of herself. Her days, once filled with small decisions that defined her identity, were now dictated by someone else's timetable. Loneliness adds another layer to this struggle, one that weighs heavily on the heart. In the beginning, family and friends visit, their arms full of flowers and their words full of promises. But as time passes, those visits often dwindle. Children are busy with work and raising their own families. Friends, grappling with their own health challenges or mobility issues, find it harder to make the trip. Days begin to blur, marked only by the hum of a television or the distant sound of a nurse's footsteps in the hallway. A 2019 study in the Journal of Clinical Gerontology links this isolation to a 30% higher risk of depression and anxiety among nursing home residents. Clara's story is not an outlier. It echoes in communities across Texas, Nevada, Florida, and beyond. Her experience raises a critical question. Is this the legacy you envision for your later years? Is this the life you want to step into when you sign that nursing home contract? Before you make that decision, pause and reflect. The reality of nursing homes, understaffing, loss of autonomy, and loneliness carries costs that go far beyond what's written in the fine print. Clara's journey is a wake-up call, urging us to look deeper. Comment 3 below if her story resonates with you or for if you feel differently, so I can better tailor our content. Share your city, whether you're in Florida, Ohio, or anywhere else, to connect with our community. Let's dive deeper into what leaving your home really means and explore the alternatives that could redefine your future. Your golden years deserve more than a one-size-fits-all solution, and we're here to help you find a path that honors the life you've built. Part 2. The emotional toll of leaving your home. Your home is far more than a structure of bricks and mortar. It's a living, breathing archive of your life. It's a kitchen where you perfected your mother's cherished pie recipe, the scent of warm crust still lingering in your memory. It's the backyard where your grandchildren's laughter echoed as they chased fireflies on summer evenings. It's the living room where you toasted to milestones, weddings, graduations, and held loved ones close through moments of grief. Every scratch on the hardwood floor, every creak in the staircase, tells a chapter of your story. These aren't just walls. They're a tapestry woven with decades of joy, struggle, and love. Leaving this sanctuary behind, whether by choice or necessity, isn't merely a change of address. It's an emotional earthquake that shakes the very foundation of who you are. A 2020 study from the Journal of Gerontology underscores this, revealing that seniors who leave their homes prematurely face a 25% higher risk of depression. The loss of familiar surroundings doesn't just disrupt routines, it fractures identity, leaving a void that's hard to fill. Consider Henry, a 76-year-old from Florida, whose story brings this emotional toll into sharp focus. After his wife passed away, Henry faced mounting pressure to move to a nursing home. His modest house, nestled in a quiet neighborhood, was more than a place to live. It was his sanctuary, filled with memories of his wife's vibrant garden and their evening chats over cups of tea on the porch. Every corner held a piece of their life together. The dining table where they hosted holiday feasts, the fireplace where they shared quiet winter nights, the windows where sunlight danced in patterns she loved. Packing up to leave felt like a betrayal of the life they'd built. As Henry walked through the rooms, each step was heavy with recollection. Laughter from family gatherings, the soft hum of her favorite songs, the warmth of her presence. Deciding what to keep, an old armchair where he read bedtime stories to his children, or what to leave behind, her beloved garden, now untended, chipped away at his sense of self. A 2021 study in the Journal of Aging and Mental Health notes that such transitions trigger anxiety in 40% of seniors, as they trade familiar neighbors for strangers, comforting routines for uncertainty, and a sense of belonging for an unfamiliar world. The loss of identity in this transition is profound, often cutting deeper than the physical act of moving. At home, you are the decision-maker, the host who welcomes guests with a warm smile, the keeper of traditions that define your family's legacy. You choose what to cook for dinner, when to water the roses, or how to arrange your favorite books on the shelf. In a nursing home, that role slips away. You become a resident, a name on a chart, your preferences secondary to the facility's schedule. For Henry, this shift was devastating. No longer could he decide what to eat or spend an afternoon tending his garden. The rituals that grounded him, simple acts like brewing coffee just the way he liked or sitting in his favorite chair, were replaced by a rigid routine that felt foreign. A 2022 study from the Journal of Happiness Studies found that seniors in care facilities experience a 20% drop in life satisfaction, directly tied to this loss of control. The brain, deprived of the familiar landmarks that anchor memory and identity, struggles to adapt. Henry noticed his memory faltering within months, not solely due to age, but because his world had been turned upside down. The house that once sparked joy and purpose now existed only in his mind, and with each passing day, those memories felt harder to hold on to. This emotional upheaval raises a critical question. Could staying in your home longer, with the right support, preserve more than just an address? Could it preserve your sense of self, your connection to the life you've built? The stakes are high, and the risks extend far beyond the emotional. Leaving home can unravel the threads that tie you to your past, your family, and your identity, leaving you to navigate a new reality that feels more like a shadow of the life you once knew. Your home is a repository of meaning, a place where you are not just a resident, but a person with a story. Before you make the decision to leave, pause and reflect on what your home means to you. What's the one memory that makes your home special? Maybe it's the sound of your children's footsteps racing down the hall, or the quiet moments spent watching the sunset from your porch. Share that memory in the comments below, along with your city, whether you're in Arizona, California, or beyond, to connect with our community. Comment 5 if Henry's story resonates with you, or 6 if it misses the mark, so we can better serve you. Let's explore together what leaving home truly costs, and uncover the paths that allow you to hold onto the life you love. Your golden years deserve to reflect the richness of your story, not the constraints of someone else's schedule. Part 3. Hidden Health Risks of Nursing Homes. It's a bitter irony that tugs at the heart. Many people choose nursing homes with the hope of receiving superior health care, only to discover that these facilities can sometimes hasten their physical and mental decline. The promise of a safe, medically supervised environment is appealing, but the reality often tells a different story. A 2018 study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society revealed a sobering truth. Seniors in institutional care experience a 20% faster decline in mobility and cognition compared to those who remain at home with support. Why does this happen? The answer lies in the environment of nursing homes and the profound changes they impose on residents' bodies and minds. Far from being a haven of health, these facilities can introduce hidden risks that undermine the very well-being they claim to protect. One of the most significant risks is the loss of physical and mental activity. At home, daily tasks, stirring a pot of soup, tidying the living room, watering plants in the garden, keep you engaged, both physically and mentally. These small acts, though routine, are exercises in independence, strengthening your muscles, sharpening your mind, and boosting your sense of purpose. In a nursing home, however, staff often take over these tasks to streamline operations, leaving residents largely sedentary. The impact is profound. A 2020 study in the Journal of Aging Research linked this lack of activity to muscle atrophy, weakened immunity, and a 15% faster rate of cognitive decline. Consider Margaret, an 81-year-old from Illinois, whose love for baking cookies for her neighbors once filled her days with joy and purpose. Her kitchen was a hub of activity, measuring flour, rolling dough, sharing warm treats with friends. But in a nursing home, Those days of bustling creativity were replaced by long hours in a chair, watching the world pass by. Within 6 months, Margaret's strength faded. Her hands grew unsteady, and the spark in her eyes dimmed, not just from age, but from a life stripped of the activities that kept her vibrant. Infections pose another silent, yet deadly, threat in nursing homes. These facilities, with vulnerable residents living in close quarters, can become breeding grounds for illness. Pneumonia, a leading cause of death among seniors, thrives in such environments, spreading quickly through shared spaces. Urinary tract infections, UTIs, often exacerbated by inadequate hydration or rushed personal care, are alarmingly common. A 2021 CDC report highlighted the severity of this issue, noting that nursing home residents face a 30% higher risk of hospital-acquired infections compared to those living independently. In severe cases, these infections can spiral into sepsis, a life-threatening condition that claims countless lives. Outbreaks of influenza, or MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, a drug-resistant bacteria, further elevate the risks. Margaret learned this the hard way when a flu outbreak swept through her facility, leaving her bedridden for weeks. The shared dining rooms and crowded hallways meant to foster community instead became pathways for illness, exposing her to dangers she rarely faced in her own home. The psychological toll of nursing homes amplifies these physical risks, creating a vicious cycle that undermines health. Isolation, a common experience in these facilities, breeds depression, which in turn weakens the body's resilience. When family visits taper off and days blend into one another, the absence of meaningful connection takes a heavy toll. A 2019 study from the Journal of Clinical Gerontology found that 35% of nursing home residents experience depression, a condition that correlates with higher rates of infections and slower recovery from illness. The mind and body are deeply connected. What affects one inevitably impacts the other. For someone like Margaret, the loneliness of long, empty days dulled her appetite and sapped her energy, making her more susceptible to the flu that struck her down. In contrast, those who can remain at home with support, whether from family, caregivers, or community programs, often fare better, surrounded by familiar comforts and routines that bolster both mental and physical health. These hidden health risks raise a critical question. Is a nursing home truly the safest choice for someone still able to live at home with help? The evidence suggests that staying in your own environment with thoughtful support can be a healthier path. The costs of nursing homes, declining mobility, cognitive erosion, and heightened infection risks are not just medical. They're deeply personal, robbing you of vitality and time. Have you or a loved one faced health challenges in a care facility? Share your experience in the comments below, along with your city, whether you're in Texas, Nevada, or elsewhere, to connect with our community. Comment 7 if Margaret's story resonates with you, or 8 if it misses the mark, so we can better tailor our content. The risks we've explored here are only part of the story. Next, we'll dive into the financial burdens that make these choices even more complex. Your health, your home, and your future deserve a closer look, and we're here to guide you through it. Part 4. The financial burden of nursing homes. When you consider a nursing home, the promise of care, safety, medical support, and a structured environment can feel like a lifeline. But beneath that promise lies a financial toll so staggering it can upend your life savings and legacy. According to a 2022 AARP report, the cost of basic nursing home care ranges from $4,000 to $12,000 per month. That translates to $48,000 to $144,000 annually, an amount that could buy a modest home or fund years of travel. For many seniors, the need for long-term care spans 5 to 10 years, a realistic time frame that pushes the total cost to a jaw-dropping $240,000 to $1.44 million. If specialized care is required, for conditions like dementia or Parkinson's, monthly bills can soar into the tens of thousands, with no ceiling in sight. And what do you receive for this immense investment? Often, it's a cramped room, shared facilities, and overworked staff struggling to provide the personalized attention you'd hoped for. The price is steep, but the return can feel heartbreakingly inadequate. James, a 79-year-old from Ohio, learned this lesson the hard way. After a stroke left him with limited mobility, he assumed his carefully saved retirement fund would cover the cost of a nursing home. He moved into a facility expecting security and care, but within a year, his $6,000 monthly bill, a staggering $72,000 annually, had drained his savings. Decades of prudent planning, of setting aside money for his golden years, vanished in mere months. James's story is not uncommon. It's a stark reflection of a system that can leave even the most prepared financially vulnerable. Many seniors believe that Medicare or Medicaid will step in to ease the burden, but the truth is sobering. Medicare only covers short-term nursing home stays up to 100 days following a hospital admission, and even then, it comes with copays that add up quickly. Medicaid, while an option for long-term care, requires spending down nearly all your assets, often forcing you to sell your home, liquidate investments, or empty savings accounts. This process, known as impoverishment, can plunge you and your family into financial hardship. A 2021 study from the Journal of Health Economics found that 50% of nursing home residents deplete their savings within 2 years, leaving little to pass on to loved ones or to maintain any sense of financial independence. Private long-term care insurance, often touted as a solution, is a gamble. Many policies have restrictive terms, high premiums, or caps that fail to cover the full scope of care needed. Now, contrast this with the alternative, aging in place, or staying in your own home with thoughtful support. The financial difference is striking. Retrofitting your home to make it safer and more accessible, installing a walk-in shower, adding a ramp, or putting in grab bars typically costs around $5,000, a one-time expense that pales in comparison to a single month in a nursing home. Hiring a part-time caregiver at roughly $20 per hour for a few hours each week totals approximately $5,000 to $10,000 per year. For those with family nearby, sharing living arrangements can further reduce costs while preserving dignity and connection. A 2020 study in the Journal of Financial Planning found that home-based care costs, on average, 70% less than nursing homes, offering a sustainable path that protects both your finances and your sense of self. James, after facing the crushing costs of his nursing home, made the switch. With a part-time caregiver to assist with daily tasks and minor home modifications like a stair lift, he returned to his familiar home. The savings were significant, thousands of dollars each year, but the true value was immeasurable. The comfort of his own space, the freedom to live on his terms, and the peace of mind that his legacy remained intact. Knowledge is power when it comes to navigating these choices. Start by researching local resources. Many communities offer home care grants or subsidized services for seniors. Websites like AARP.org provide tools to explore financial options, from caregiver funding to home modification programs. Consulting a financial advisor can help you plan for long-term care without sacrificing your assets. Medicare-covered home health services, such as physical therapy or nursing visits, can further reduce costs while keeping you in your home. The financial burden of nursing homes is not just a number on a bill. It's deeply personal, threatening the security and independence you've worked a lifetime to build. Have rising care costs worried you or your family? Share your thoughts in the comments below, along with your city, whether you're in Florida, California, or beyond, to connect with our community. Comment 9 if James's story resonates with you, or 10 if it misses the mark, so we can better tailor our content. The costs we've explored here are only part of the picture. Next, we'll uncover the psychological impacts that make these decisions even more profound. Your future deserves a plan that honors your life's work, and we're here to help you find it. Part 5. The psychological impact of nursing homes. Moving to a nursing home is far more than a change of address. It's a psychological upheaval that can erode your sense of purpose and identity. Your home is a sanctuary where every corner holds meaning, from the chair where you read to your children to the garden where you nurtured flowers and dreams. In contrast, a nursing home often strips away these anchors, leaving you adrift in a sea of routine and restriction. A 2022 study from the Journal of Aging and Mental Health revealed that 40% of seniors in care facilities experience a rapid decline in mental health, not solely due to physical frailty, but because the loss of life's meaning cuts so deeply. At home, small, everyday tasks, brewing a pot of tea, tending to plants, flipping through a worn photo album, anchor your day. These acts, simple as they seem, weave threads of identity into your routine, keeping your mind sharp and your spirit vibrant. In a nursing home, those threads unravel, replaced by a rigid structure that leaves little room for individuality. Meals arrive on trays at fixed times, prepared to someone else's menu, not your taste. Activities like bingo at 2 p.m. or a sing-along at 4 p.m. are scheduled for efficiency, offering no space for spontaneity or personal preference. Your living space, once alive with personal touches, family photos, favorite books, a cozy blanket, becomes a sterile room with bare walls and strict rules. No candles, no personal decorations, lights out at 9 p.m. A 2021 study in the Journal of Gerontological Nursing found that 65% of nursing home residents feel irrelevant, reduced to a name on a chart or a number in a system. For Ellen, an 83-year-old from Arizona, this loss of choice was suffocating. She missed deciding when to eat or how to spend her afternoons. In the nursing home, she felt like a bystander in her own life, her days dictated by someone else's schedule, her voice drowned out by the hum of institutional routine. This loss of control fosters a profound sense of burden, as if time is merely ticking by, waiting for the next meal or medication. The vibrant person you once were, the one who hosted family dinners, laughed over card games, or savored quiet mornings with a book, fades into the background. The psychological weight is heavy, stripping away the sense of agency that defines who you are. Contrast this with life at home, where you remain the author of your story. Even with the help of a caregiver, you decide when to turn on the radio, rearrange your flowers, or sit by the window to watch the world go by. These choices, however small, affirm your identity and keep your spirit alive. A 2020 study from the Journal of Happiness Studies found that seniors who age in place report 30% higher life satisfaction, as these daily acts of autonomy reinforce their sense of self. Ellen, after leaving the nursing home, chose to stay in her own home with a part-time aide. She spent her days knitting scarves for her grandchildren and hosting family for Sunday lunches, her heart and home full of purpose. Her story shows that aging isn't about helplessness. It's about resilience, a chance to redefine what matters most. The psychological stakes of moving to a nursing home are immense, threatening the joy and meaning you've cultivated over a lifetime. Staying home, with the right support, can preserve not just your surroundings, but your essence, the person you are and the life you love. What daily task keeps you feeling like yourself? Is it brewing coffee just the way you like it, tending to your garden, or reading by lamplight? Share that task in the comments below, along with your city, Illinois, Texas, or anywhere else, to inspire our community. Comment 11 if Ellen's journey resonates with you, or 12 if it misses the mark, so we can better serve you. There's a better way forward, one that honors your story and keeps your spirit vibrant. Let's explore how to make that future a reality. Part 6. Aging in Place with Smart Planning. If nursing homes carry such heavy risks, emotional, physical, financial, and psychological, what's the alternative? The answer is aging in place. Staying in the comfort of your own home with thoughtful adaptations and support. This isn't about stubbornly clinging to independence without help. It's about crafting a safe, fulfilling environment tailored to your evolving needs. Your home, filled with memories and meaning, can remain your sanctuary with the right planning. A 2020 AARP report found that seniors who age in place with support experience 25% lower rates of depression and better overall health outcomes compared to those in nursing homes. With smart strategies, you can preserve your health, dignity, and joy, living life on your terms. The foundation of aging in place lies in home modifications that enhance safety and accessibility. Small, practical changes can make a world of difference. Installing grab bars in the bathroom, widening doorways for walkers, or adding a stair lift can significantly reduce the risk of falls. which are a leading cause of injury among seniors. Improved lighting or motion sensor lights can prevent trips in the dark. According to a 2021 study in the Journal of Aging and Environment, these modifications cut fall risks by 30%, offering peace of mind for you and your loved ones. The cost? Remarkably modest, typically $3,000 to $7,000 for most upgrades, as reported by AARP. Compare that to the $48,000 to $144,000 annual price tag of a nursing home, and the choice becomes clear. These changes don't just protect your body, they preserve the freedom to live where your heart is. Technology is a game changer in making aging in place both practical and empowering. Medical alert systems, such as wearable devices that summon help with the press of a button, provide security without sacrificing independence. Smart home tools, like voice-activated assistants, such as Amazon's Alexa or motion sensor lighting, simplify daily tasks, from turning on lights to setting medication reminders. Telehealth services, often covered by Medicare, allow you to consult doctors remotely, saving trips to the clinic. A 2022 study from the Journal of Gerontological Nursing found that seniors using health technology feel 35% more in control of their lives. Take Clara, a 77-year-old from California, who faced challenges after a heart condition. With a smart pill dispenser to manage her medications and regular video calls with her doctor, she maintains her independence in the home she loves, surrounded by her familiar books and garden. Support networks are equally vital to aging in place. Technology is a game changer in making aging in place both practical and empowering. Medical alert systems, such as wearable devices that summon help with the press of a button, provide security without sacrificing independence. Smart home tools, like voice-activated assistants, such as Amazon's Alexa or motion sensor lighting, simplify daily tasks, from turning on lights to setting medication reminders. Telehealth services, often covered by Medicare, allow you to consult doctors remotely, saving trips to the clinic. A 2022 study from the Journal of Gerontological Nursing found that seniors using health technology feel 35% more in control of their lives. Take Clara, a 77-year-old from California, who faced challenges after a heart condition. With a smart pill dispenser to manage her medications and regular video calls with her doctor, she maintains her independence in the home she loves, surrounded by her familiar books and garden. Support networks are equally vital to aging in place. Your golden years are yours to shape, not a time to rush into a nursing home. From Clara's lonely days to Sarah's vibrant home, we've uncovered the hidden costs of leaving: emotional, health, financial, and psychological, and the power of aging in place. Backed by science, like a 2020 AARP report showing 25% higher satisfaction at home. Solutions like home modifications, technology, caregivers, and community support preserve your independence. A 2022 Journal of Happiness Studies found that staying home boosts life satisfaction by 30%. You don't need to trade your memories for a sterile room. You can thrive where your heart is. Start tomorrow with one step. Call a local senior center, explore Medicare.gov, or talk to family about support. Comment below, what's one idea you'll try? And where are you from, Arizona or Florida? Your story inspires our EldersWisdom community, connecting thousands from coast to coast. If this video moved you, comment 1. If not, 0 to help me improve. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more tips to age vibrantly. Share with a loved one to spark their journey. Every choice matters. Visit AARP.org or your local area agency on Aging for resources. Your home, your life, your legacy. Keep them close with smart planning. Thank you, and see you next time.